Hello, welcome back for this refrigeration and air conditioning. Till today we have discussed the unit first basic refrigeration cycles. In that we have discussed the refrigeration, unit of refrigeration, coefficient of performance and the comparison between the heat pump, heat engine and refrigerator. Now just we will take a quick review of last lecture, that is the COP and comparison between. So the COP is also in the ratio of heat extracted to the work done or refrigeration effect to the work input. The COP is always greater than 1 as it is the reciprocal of efficiency, and this relative COP is equal to actual COP to the theoretical COP. The comparison between heat pump and heat engine and refrigerator is heat engine is a one part and heat pump and refrigerator is the another part. Both are reversible. So in heat engine heat is transferred from high temperature to the low temperature, and in refrigerator and heat pump it is transferred from low temperature to the high temperature. Heat engine is work producing device and other two are heat work consuming device. So generally the difference between the heat pump and the refrigerator is the heat pump is working between the surrounding temperature and a high temperature or hot body temperature, and the refrigerator which is working between the surrounding temperature and cold body temperature. So this is the brief introduction about the comparison between heat pump, refrigerator and heat engine. So efficiency of heat engine is always less than 1, the COP of a refrigerator is always greater than 1, and the COP of heat pump will also be greater than 1. So when the COP of refrigerator is always greater than COP of a refrigerator, so it is always plus 1 to the COP of refrigerator. Now next we will discuss the cycle which is working on a refrigerator system. So as we know that in case of heat engine, the standard cycle is considered as a Carnot cycle, or we can call it as the Carnot cycle is having the highest efficiency. Carnot cycle is having the highest efficiency. But similarly, we can also know that it is impossible to produce the Carnot cycle, or it is impossible to produce engine which is working on a Carnot cycle. But in the last part we have discussed the difference between heat engine and a refrigerator. So as heat engine and refrigerator both are opposite with each other. So as we know that the heat engine which is working on a Carnot cycle, if it will give the highest efficiency, then the refrigerator which is working on a reversed Carnot cycle which will give the highest COP, because for the refrigerator COP is performance measure. So remember point, if the heat engine working on a Carnot cycle will give the highest efficiency, similarly the refrigerator which is working on reversed Carnot cycle which will give the highest COP. But as we know that it is impossible to produce the engine which is working on a Carnot cycle, so similarly it is also impossible to produce the refrigerator working on a reversed Carnot cycle. So as in case of heat engine, Carnot cycle is considered for a performance parameter. So similarly, a reverse Carnot cycle is considered as a performance parameter for in case of refrigerator. So always remember the Carnot COP, or the in case of heat engine, Carnot efficiency is always highest. So similarly in case of refrigerator, Carnot COP is always highest. So in reverse Carnot cycle, the working substance is used as air, and the two processes we will see how the PV and TS diagrams for reverse Carnot cycle can be plotted. So the reverse Carnot cycle, which includes first left hand side, if you observe the diagram, this is the PV diagram, and in the right hand side observe the diagram, that is a TS diagram. So process 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 and 4 to 5. So when these conditions are there, please look at in the right corner, bottom right corner. 1 to 2 is the isothermal compression process. 1 to 2 is the 1 to 2 is the isentropic compression process. So in this isentropic compression process, temperature is increases, pressure is increases. 2 to 3 is the isothermal compression process. 2 to 3 is the isothermal compression process. In 1 to 2 is the isentropic, means entropy is constant. So if you observe the diagram in the right hand side, 1 to 2 is a straight line. 1 to 2 is a vertical straight line where it includes the entropy is a constant. Now 2 to 3 is a isothermal compression process. Again in the 2 to 3 it is a horizontal, which shows that the temperature is constant. Please focus on these two diagrams. Observe only these two diagrams. The left diagram is PV diagram and right hand side diagram is TS diagram. In left hand side, 1 to 2 process is isentropic compression process, 2 to 3 process is isothermal compression process. Similarly, in a right hand side diagram, which is TS diagram, 1 to 2 is on y-axis there is temperature, on x-axis there is a entropy. So if you observe 1 to 2, this is the isentropic process. So the entropy is constant and only temperature is increases. In on PV diagram, the N to 2 only volume is decreases and pressure is increases. Now focus on the PV diagram with left hand side. 2 to 3 is the isothermal compression process. Isothermal compression process, volume is again decreases, on a x-axis volume is there. So 2 to 3, there is volume is decreases and pressure is slightly increases. If you observe the right hand side diagram, which is a TS diagram, the temperature is constant. Isothermal process is there, so in that temperature is constant. Now take the process 3 to 4. So in that 3 to 4, the isentropic expansion is there, means isentropic means entropy is constant and expansion is there. Due to expansion, pressure is drop down and volume is increases. So if you observe the PV diagram left hand side, 3 to 4 pressure is slightly fall down and volume is slightly increases. And in case of 4 to 1, which is a isothermal expansion process, so in that isothermal expansion process, pressure slightly fall down and volume is decreases. Similarly in case of TS diagram, the isothermal expansion process, the temperature is remains constant and the entropy will increases. Hope you have understood this PV and TS diagram. In this reverse Carnot cycle, two isentropic process and two isothermal processes are there. Two isentropic means isentropic compression 1 to 2, isentropic expansion 3 to 4, and two isothermal means isothermal compression 2 to 3, isentropic expansion 4 to isothermal expansion is 4 to 1. So please remember this part. This is the reverse Carnot cycle. So as there are some advantages of reverse Carnot cycle, that it will give highest COP and all, but it also limitations of reverse Carnot cycle. Now what will be the limitations? So why we are facing the problems while constructing the refrigerator which is working on a reverse Carnot cycle? Though the reverse Carnot cycle is most efficient between the fixed temperature limits. So there is no longer refrigerator has been made using this cycle. This is because of two reasons. First one, that processes requires extremely slow speed. Isentropic processes requires extremely slow speed, and in actual practice this extremely slow speed cannot be practicable. And the isothermal compression and isothermal expansion processes are not practically possible. What will happen? Isothermal, the term indicates temperature should be constant, and the compression means temperature is slightly increases. So isothermal compression process will not be possible. There may be some rise in the temperature. Similarly, isothermal expansion, that process is again not practicable, because isothermal means constant temperature and expansion means lowering down the temperature. So in actual practice the temperature should not be constant. So these are the two limitations. That's why we have not considered the reverse Carnot cycle. Please remember two limitations. First one is, for isentropic processes extremely slow speeds are required, and it is not practicable to produce extremely slow speeds. And second one is, the isothermal processes cannot be practicable, means isothermal compression and isothermal expansion process. Now we will discuss how the COP of reverse Carnot cycle is calculated. COP of reversed Carnot cycle. So during these processes, the isothermal processes is consisting of heat supplied or heat rejected and heat addition process. So COP is the ratio of heat supplied or heat extracted divided by heat work input, and work input is calculated as heat rejected minus heat supplied. So here for heat supplied, QA is the notation, and for heat rejected, QR is the notation. So the COP of reverse Carnot cycle is equal to QA upon QR minus QA. QA is the heat supplied divided by work input is the QR minus QA. So QA is the heat supplied, which is in the process 4 to 1. So which is equal to T1 into bracket S1 minus S4. QR is the heat rejected, that is T2 minus into bracket S2 minus S3 minus heat supplied is same, T1 into bracket S1 minus S4. But if you observe this diagram, here right hand side S1 and S2 is same, S4 and S3 is same, because the vertical lines are there. So entropy is constant. So if you replace this, S2 is equal to S1, S3 is equal to S4, then bracketing part gets cancelled out, and you will observe the COP is equal to, in the numerator only T1 is remaining, and in the denominator T2 minus T1. Hence you can say that the COP of a reversed Carnot cycle is the function of only temperature, where T1 is the low temperature, that is T1 is equal to T4 up downward horizontal line, and T2 is equal to T3 is the upper side. So hence COP is equal to T1 upon T2 minus T1. So hence we can say that the COP of a reversed Carnot cycle is a function of only temperature. Only two temperatures are required for calculating the COP of a reverse Carnot cycle. T1 is a low temperature, T2 is the high temperature. So if you know only the temperatures, high temperature and low temperature, you can calculate the coefficient of performance for a refrigerating system. So hope you have understood this reverse Carnot cycle. So reverse Carnot cycle is a standard cycle, but it is not practicable cycle. So the reverse Carnot cycle is used for comparing the performance of the other cycles. This reverse Carnot cycle is having the two isothermal processes and two isentropic processes. Process 1 to 2 is the isentropic compression, 2 to 3 is the isothermal compression, 3 to 4 is the isentropic expansion, S4 to 1 is the isothermal expansion. And there are some limitations of reverse Carnot cycle. The limitations are the low speed is required, and isothermal expansion and isothermal compression processes cannot be practicable. And if you derive the fixed formula for the COP of a reverse Carnot cycle, it is equal to QA upon QR minus QA, which is equal to, again, heat supplied is T1 into bracket S1 minus S4 and T2 into bracket, because during isentropic processes heat transfer will be 0, because isentropic is a reversible adiabatic, and in the adiabatic processes heat transfer will not be there. So only during isothermal compression and isothermal expansion heat transfer will take place. In isothermal compression heat will be rejected, and in isothermal expansion heat will be added. So QA divided by QR minus QA, heat added is the T1 into bracket S1 minus S4 divided by heat rejected is T2 into bracket S2 minus S3 minus, again heat added is T1 into bracket S1 minus S4. But from TS diagram, S1 is equal to S2 and S3 is equal to S4. So therefore COP is equal to T1 upon T2 minus T1. So the coefficient of performance of a reverse Carnot cycle is the function of only temperatures. So hope you have understood this point. Later part we will discuss in a next lecture.